Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Erik Voss, and this is a reaction to the latest trailer for Marvel's Moon Knight, coming to Disney Plus on March 30th, starring Oscar Isaac as Moon Knight, aka Stephen Grant, Jake Lockley, Mark Spector, the superhero vigilante suffering from dissociative identity disorder. I am so freaking pumped for this show, the way it's gonna drag the MCU into the horror realm. So I'm gonna react to this spot, go through some highlights, and then probably break it down frame by frame in another video coming later this week. Let's react to this. Here we go.
Tell the difference between my waking life and dreams.
Ooh.
It must be very difficult.
Ooh, the laws of justice tattoo.
There's chaos in you.
Whoa, seen a lot more of Ethan Hawke here. Whoa, where's this setting? Okay, so holy shit. Wow, so in the previous trailer, we learned that Ethan Hawke is playing a character named Arthur Harrow, who's a really obscure, one-off villain from the Moon Knight comics back from the 80s. But Ethan Hawke's a big name, and he's got a lot of powers that Arthur Harrow in the comics didn't really have. In this case, he looks like a cult leader. He said he based the character on David Koresh, and he seems to have a similar supernatural power base as Moon Knight has. He understands the voices that are in Stephen Grant / Mark Spector's head. We may find out that Ethan Hawke is not exactly Arthur Harrow. That could be a cover name for who he really is. Mephisto? I don't know about that. I think Ethan Hawke would be a great Mephisto. I don't know if that's who he's gonna be in this show. But if we are delving into the horror side of the MCU, why not characters like Dracula? Dracula being an immortal vampire, been around a long time. There's a lot more Egyptian iconography in this trailer. In fact, we see one of the 3 great pyramids outside Giza with a blinding blast of purple lightning emitting out the top of it. Anytime we see this kind of purple magic, our minds go places, right? Whether it's the purple cracks of reality that we saw in Spider-Man No Way Home, or I think more likely the sorcery of Agatha Harkness. Purple magic being a kind of dark dimension energy, right? And Mark Spector, as a kind of grave robber, archaeologist, mercenary, whatever he's doing in that tomb, has tapped into that same kind of dark magic. And in this case, it's gonna take the form of Khonshu, the Egyptian moon deity who stalks him. But yes, folks, the day has finally come when I can say Mephisto confirmed on a shirt, because our merch partners at Epic Heroes Shop have 2 new shirts inspired by Marvel's most demonic supervillain. The devil's in the details with these 2 new tees. This crossword style shirt is after my own heart, with its many Mephisto word clues just sitting there in plain sight. And the other shirt is styled like a heavy metal album cover, which is the perfect theme for the Master of Malice. Buy one or both of these bad boys and fully embrace the dark side of the MCU. Plus, when he does show up in a film or a TV series, and he will, you will already have the gear and be ready to go. Epic Hero has all kinds of cool merch inspired by all of your favorite properties, and they're always on top of the latest trends and memes coming out of the shows and movies. Like, you better believe they put out a Ned as Sorcerer Supreme t-shirt as soon as No Way Home came out. So sign up for their newsletter at the bottom of their website to get notified about the latest merch drops, and check out all of their incredible products at epicheroshop.com. Be your own hero. I mean, the visuals of this show, the cinematography might be what I'm most excited about. Like this shot of Oscar Isaac in this meadow with Khonshu's mummified form behind him. Just, it all looks like it's shot on planes. Like, he's not really in that meadow, he's on a green screen set. Khonshu looks like he was VFX'd in behind him. No one is actually where they feel like they should be. It's a very spooky, unsettling image, to be honest with you. Now, another new shot in this shows another pyramid that is placed randomly beside what looks like a Ren Fair style jousting ring. This pyramid looks completely out of place with this setting, almost like it suddenly just appeared out of nowhere, Doctor Who style. It also might remind you of the fact that we just saw a Ren Fair in Loki that had time doors randomly showing up in. Is this gonna have some crossovers with that? That'd be pretty exciting to see. I'm wondering what we should make of this tattoo on Arthur Harrow's arm that just show the scales of justice seesawing back and forth. Why does he have this tattoo? What's the significance of that? Well, if you look closely, both those scales are being dangled from the mouths of crocodiles, an important part of Egyptian mythology. There's the Egyptian deity of Sobek, who has the head of a crocodile, who's associated with protection of dangers from the Nile, a symbol of military power. But in this case, it's being linked with justice. So ultimately, I think the way this is gonna go down is that we're gonna start with Mark Spector, an archaeologist who goes on these missions, who gets imbued with the power of the Egyptian moon deity Khonshu, that leaves him in this broken state to where he no longer remembers that past, ends up working in a museum as Stephen Grant, and then finally awakens back to that past. I love how violent this show looks like it's gonna be. Kevin Feige said that normally Marvel superheroes eventually start pulling their punches, but not in this case. It just keeps wailing away and wailing away. We're gonna go to some very dark places in this show. I can't wait to talk about this more on the channel. So again, check out our merch options at newrockstarsmerch.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at EAVoss. Follow New Rockstars and subscribe to New Rockstars for more analysis of everything you love. Thanks for watching. Bye.